Hello everyone, how good of you to join. Welcome back to Sleepy Hollow. Now our town is growing nicely as we can see, and yeah, well, we do have lots of work to do. First of all, we have 7 people unemployed right now in my tiny village, and they're waiting for something to do, and we are going to provide that. Of course, jobs are important for them to, well, get houses, get their demands met, and most importantly, getting me some coin in my bags. So what we are now focusing on is 2 things. The first one is for my resource production. We have a new building available. That's the stonemason hut. Produces a polished stone out of normal stone, and polished stone is something that we're going to need rather soon for our new product, for our new productions and for our new buildings, of course. Let's get this one cracking somewhere over here where we already have all these camps. So having another camp then in this area is perfectly fine. This one needs cloth for the first time as well, this building. And cloth is another production that we're going to need now, and that is not only cloths, but clothes that we are going to need for our people. The tailor's workshop. This one will provide more money ultimately. Let's go ahead, have our sheep farm first. With that, we get the wool. And I think we're going to have the sheep farm then somewhere over here. So I do like to have my farms on this hill here. I think it's just looking really cool. There's already a road here, so why not just have it close to my granary then as well, so people can already go there, right? By foot and something like that. So there you go. Let's have the sheep farm. That's going to be built now here. Next up, we would need the weaver hut. This one here produces then the cloth out of the wool that we make, right? And we should probably also have this one a bit closer here to my city than itself. I mean, we do have a house there, and I think this one will also reduce the attractiveness of this area. So I'd rather keep it a bit further away. And I mean, it's a bit far away from the sheep farm, but still fine, because the sheep farm transports the wool to my warehouse here, right? So here we could say get the wool in, and then it's getting to the weaver hut. It's a problem, definitely. Actually, let's make it different. Let's get the lumber camp up here on the hill now too, so where we have then the trees and stuff. I mean, the lumber camp, we do probably need a second one then for this area too, since we will need to chop down quite a lot of trees. And yeah, the lumber camp is doing what exactly? It's reducing the attractiveness quite a lot. Let's just have a look at the list here. As we can see, this is deep red here. Though the windmill, as we can see, is not reducing the attractiveness or desirability of the area. The grain farm, however, and the sheep farm especially are going to reduce it then once more. We need to be a bit careful where we want to place these buildings then. Okay, I have an idea. Let's have the weaver hut right here next to the flour mill that we already have there. And in that case, it should be looking like this just fine. And of course, we're going to need to get rid of the fence here. And the same thing I'm doing here. Let's get rid of the fence. And in that case, I will have the tailor workshop then just here beside my first tier 2 residential house that we had, right? But of course, since desirability will be going down a bit with a tailor workshop, we are going to need to add some decorations here. And decorations are going to be just fine for it. We have the bushes, so I can squeeze in some bushes here if I want to. They will increase attraction of the area, right? So if I have a couple of them here, right there, desirability will be so high that it doesn't matter if there is an industry right next to it. People will still love this area in total. And also here we do have then... first of all, I can't see a thing. We do need to get rid of my overlays there. Now I have it. We still need to wait a bit for the streets to fully form, but as we can already see, there is a major road in here, right? And there's the industry, so in order to separate those two, I might then have some decorative trees over here and here as well to further increase attraction of this area. That's pretty important. If we plant a tree, a decorative tree that is really increasing attractiveness, it still needs to grow. So it's going to take a while here. We do have some really, really bad desirability in this area. So we could plant some bushes here and we would increase then the attraction of this level and hopefully also reduce the spreading of the desirability, the low ones, into the other area then somehow, right? So there's the bush, and as we can see, we got a really high one here now, a desirability, because I've got some decorations here. I got the flour mills then working for us, and overall this is a very nice area. With that, of course, we do need more people then, and here we can still squeeze in some more houses. So this whole area there. And up here, we do have low desirability for the moment. We should also change this one then, because of course we want the city to grow more into this area then. I said that we would be building the Lord Manor with another building then in the back, most likely. So something here that we could add a nice hall, or also like a shed or something like that. And then we have another tower. But I know already that this area here is going to be, well, finished. So we can have another fence here. In this area we have the wooden fence, and I would probably like to have the fence then going into this area. So here it's ending then, right? I guess this one should just work out. There you go. There we have it. And then I would probably need to have... There we have another fence. I'm going to stop this one for now, and we're going to add then here, because we do need kind of like a road around the house then, right? Otherwise people will not use it. I hope this one is working out now. We can build, yep, perfect, a tower there, and we can still build the extension in the back and also the smaller ones. So this should be working out. Otherwise we will have to move the fence a bit. It's not looking really good there at the moment. Perhaps I can move it. Right, and then I'm going to add a few more bushes. We can also, of course, have these bushes a bit merged here with the fence. That is no problem. I think this is looking really nice then, right? So they're kind of like together there. Definitely realistic. Here we will probably need to move the fence a bit more. And here we can then add a few more bushes, and I hope that a nice road is then going to come up here in this area. Like it already did here, right? That's the major thing. And there we have then the house. This should definitely raise the attractiveness of this area though. Let's just have a few more bushes. And as we can see, desirability goes up, and that also leads to the next house being built then just in this area. Very good. Because desirability was so low that residential space is also really low. But with that, we should change this one a bit, and people will now move a bit further over there into this area. How's it looking with my sheep farm? Sheep farm is coming along. Still needs to wait there for a builder to arrive. And this one already has all the materials as well, except for some planks. And how's it looking with my stonemason hut? It's finished, so we can now assign a stonemason to this one here. And it will now produce some polished stones for us. That is kind of like a camp area there for now. And the cool thing is, with the camps, it's really cheap to just relocate them. Sheep run amok. What? All the shepherds met last night and celebrated some occasion or another. While they were away, many flocks escaped. The sheep managed to completely destroy some berry bushes. If you had gatherers working nearby, they will need to be reassigned. What? Did they destroy my berry bushes? My real berry bushes? Okay, the berry bushes are actually gone, and we now lack a proper source for berries. The problem is I haven't found a single second berry bush in my whole empire, which is absurd, to say the least. There is not a single berry bush anywhere in my territories. Well, I didn't know that they are so rare. I haven't been looking for them now up to this point. Now, of course, I need to look out for them, because otherwise we would be running out of berries there. And as we can see, nothing, nada, not a single other alternative that we could use. There's only one point, and that's up here. Besides the stone deposit, there is a second one, right? If this one gets destroyed again, then we will have no other choice than to import them and pay money for that. Hopefully it's not coming to this. We do have 160 at the moment available, so this will last for quite some time still. And then I would have to purchase this territory that costs me another 50 coins per week, and also 500 coin we need to pay up front. Now we are almost capped again with my treasury, so what I would also like to do is I would like to add another tower to my town hall over here that we can add. Perfect. This is really aggravating that there is no other berry bushes anywhere. This is really the last one on this whole side of the river, right? And then we would have to move to the other side, because I think there's some more. So there is some berry bushes over there. Then I would have to build a bridge and stuff like that. And I really don't want to do this so early, really. Insane, to say the least. All right. we need to get cracking though. So 160 berries, we can survive with that for quite some time. The gather hut here though is coming to an end then with that. I could gather herbs, I don't need them for now. And the gather hut for now, well, will just stop working really. There's no resources to extract as we can see. So the foragers, let's put them out of their jobs. We got a few more people now working or workable for us. The funny thing is, sheeps apparently destroyed it. We don't even have sheeps yet, right? We just built the sheep farm, or we're just building it, and it's not finished at this point. Let's also add the second extension or expansion there to my Lord Manor as well. That's another big room. We're going to need this one for the next function that this Lord Manor building will have to do for us. And then we still have the smaller expansions here that we could then add to the towers, for example. So 2 of them on either side. And I think they have, their own room assignable. So we could then, for example, add the guards to this one here. And here in the front, this of course would not look very good, even though it's workable. It might be workable. Or we're just building a second Lord Manor somewhere further away then. While the sheep farm is still being built, we also need to build the next very important production, and that is the charcoal kiln. I've already mentioned this one. For the winter, we do need the coal for heating, I think at least. We definitely do need some kind of fuel, and coal just makes the most sense. There's nothing else fuel production-wise that we could have here. So it's probably this, or we would need to trade it. Let's just have a look at my trade partners that we have for now. Middle here, we can soon unlock them with the 20 clothes that we're going to produce then soon, but there's not really anything special here, except that it wants to purchase bread. Very good for us. Then here we have Northbury, that is not really doing that much. Common wares would be something, and glasses over here. And Davenport is for herbs, grapes. None of them, by the way, sells berries. Is that right? Oh yeah, Middle sells berries. Perfect. That would be still something, but that's it. Let's get cracking on the charcoal kiln that I still would like to have. So, or the charcoal hut. We can still really nicely squeeze it in then in this corner. There you go. It's actually pretty expensive. By the way, tool-wise, we're at 4 tools. I need to get more tools in. And I think we have the trade. Oh, the trade is not enabled yet. So let's purchase tools up to 30. We're going to sell at the same point planks again, because people like planks, obviously. And wants to buy... Oh, polished stone is something that we could now sell as well. Autumn! He that gathers in summer is a wise son, but he that sleeps in harvest is a disgrace. And with autumn... berries, honey and wood is increased by 25%, apples, wheat is 50% increased, and wool is minus 25%. Wool, unfortunately, is something that we actually will now need to produce. Davenport wants to purchase common clothes, so there is something we could sell then soon, but that's about it. So polished stone would be another thing that we could sell. We have 15 available right now. Let's go ahead, sell it above 20, right, whenever we have more than that. And of course we need to assign polished stone then to our warehouse then as well. Right, totally out of stone of tools now, so the charcoal hut will still need to wait there a bit. And perfect, the sheep farm has been built. Let's spawn some sheepies. Right, there they are. And let's also assign a shepherd to this whole area. And we still have 4 villages unemployed. We got the sheepies there, perfect. And then I will need, in the tailor workshop, I'm going to need 1, but we still need to finish the weaver hut then as well. It's taking a bit longer. Let's actually prioritize it. And promotions are available, always important. We got the first one to serf, and then we got some to commoners there as well. And let's actually go ahead and... Fountain sculpture. The amount of commoner in your village has inspired some of your villagers, and they wish to build a fountain sculpture masterpiece to honor the occasion. This building maintenance cost is decreased by 50%. Alright. Some promotions. And then we have this new building somewhere. Oh, yes, and also the hop farm and the brewery has been unlocked. And for productions, the cooperage produces barrels that we might need then as well for, I think, the beer, right? No, actually, the brewery doesn't need that. Alright, I don't mind. And there we have the fountain sculpture masterpiece. And this actually doesn't need anything, right? We can just build it, really. And the weaver hut has been built now too. the next building over here. It's a bit close to the windmill there, but the windmill is going away soon anyway. And let's assign a weaver to that. Do we already have some wool? Yeah, the first wool is already in, so the weaver will already have something to work, and then we can also assign a tailor now to that. Alright, this production is starting to ramp up now. What we still need is a new market stand for this though. So there we have it, a new one, the goods stall, a new stall for the market generally, and we can then just assign this one now to this whole area there if we want to. So either in front of my Lord Manor house, or we basically just have it somewhere here. Or on the other side. That's too far away? Then we could have it here, I guess. We don't have a proper marketplace yet. So I would like to do this. There we have the builder workshop, and we might actually move it away to get a proper market running up here in this area, or I'm just doing it in the front of our town hall. Let's actually do it in the front of the town hall for now. So the goods stall would be the next one, and we can really just have it here, right? So people will go to this location. And the cool thing about this is it's also increasing the size of the plaza area that we have then for now. So let's just assign the next building, the next market then here. Right, and we could actually, since we have the materials, add a roof to this one now. A blue tent. Should be working out nicely. There we have it, just below that tree. Cost me 20 wood and 5 cloth. By the way, we could also do it to the other ones. It does, though, require some maintenance costs in addition, I think. Yes, so we are not doing it yet for all of them. And the goods stall will, of course, need a proper sign then as well. So we could add somewhere here. Let's not do this for now. Let's build it. And holy cow, that tailor is producing quickly. We already have 28 common clothes available. I think we are going to run into problems now with our storage. The warehouse is already full with basically everything. So we do need a second warehouse working for us, right? This one will probably be a bit further outside then. So we might have it in this area as the next building. Or we actually have it here close to the charcoal kiln. Oh, and more houses are upgrading, by the way. Over here, more and more people want to move into these houses then. Let's build the next warehouse then over here. The cool thing about this is it's also close to our trading route that we already have there. So the traders can come in all the time and just basically take the resources then. This warehouse is full with that, and this granary with the berries and the bread is fine for now as well. Though with the fish and the beer, we probably will run out of the space in the granary then too. Over time. I love my sheepies, by the way. They're having a happy life, hopefully, in this region, at least until they get slaughtered. A monk requests an audience. Oh, by the way, lots of upgrades over here. This is looking cool. Right, so there is actually now the road continuing. Perfect. Just behind our Lord Manor's house. And what do you want to say there? These are needy times. Tools! We have 19 tools. And we need to assist someone with that. We could also purchase more tools. For now, I'm keeping it though. Is that smart? Do we need to unlock anything? Oh, by the way, with 20 serfs, we can finally unlock also the Fisher Hut. I would probably go ahead with that right away. And we have lots of labor influence points. We don't have enough though for the kingdom there. So if I want to go with the hunter, let's assist the king really. And I think we could finish this one right away. There you go. Perfect. To get more of our kingdom influence points out. For now though, we have the Fisher Hut. So this region here might be now realistic then, right? Because then we could finally also get another resource in. I think there's the fish though. Yeah. I need to be careful with my money though. But we can actually do this now. Perfect. This one, let's prioritize construction of the warehouse. And the charcoal hut here is also finishing up now. Another new production, and let's add someone to that right away. And this one will now consume wood, which is perfect because the sawmill up to this point was not consuming enough wood, and we were already always pretty full on wood, and thus it's also slowing down the chopping down of trees. And we definitely would like to chop down some more trees, especially in these areas, right? So we can make this an extraction zone for wood. This one's almost completed when it comes to my granary, and this hill here still needs to be chopped down a bit more for the sheepies to have some room. And there's also too much wood for me, for my taste. Let's get rid of that. After all, the town needs to grow in this direction. Another house is coming up. Perfect. There you go. The market has a new... Is it that resource is missing? What is missing? This one seems to be finished for me. Let's get rid of the fountain there. But what is going on here? This one seems to be finished, right? Why are we missing something now? Oh, it's the roof. I think it is the roof. Let's assign a worker to that. It should be working now. No, it's ongoing construction still. What's going on? There is something here blocking it. Their construction continues now. There's the roof, of course, but he's already working on that. He's getting some clothes now that we can then finally sell as well. This is going to bring in lots of money, hopefully. And how's it coming along with my warehouse? That is being built as we speak right now too. And look at that, 26 polished stones already. And the first coal is also coming in that we can then use for heating. The town is growing. Stay tuned.